Hi, this is Abe Wesley. That ain't even tells it like a TI is. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Topic I'm going to talk to you today about is June's Diary. June's Diary put up last week on their Instagram. I think it was last Thursday, because I followed them on Instagram, and anytime I get a notification from Instagram on anybody that I follow, it comes right to my Instagram page. So I was so happy and shocked when they was telling people to go and stream their live session. It's on all platforms. I said, when did they put out a live session? I haven't seen that. And so they put out a live session, and it was for their two latest hits. Have you ever and way off. They had put have you ever out at the end of 2020. They had put a live version of Have You Ever in a way off, a live version of them singing a live version like at a hotel or a studio or whatever. That was at the end. That was at the end of 2020. And then last year, I think it was like the summer. I think it was like either June or July, or whatever. They put out Maniac, and after they put out Maniac, people thought they were gonna, maybe put out another single or maybe an EP. And some kind of way they either ghosted us or disappeared, and everybody was wondering what was going on and stuff. And so when earlier this year when Gabby and Brianna put out Raindrop, they started asking questions: is the group still together? Y'all still together? So they said, yeah, the group's still together. We just wanted to do some single stuff right now. And then about a month later, Brianna came out with her own single. Crazy Stupid Love, and I kind of streamed that a lot because I just wanted to hear something from anybody. And I was also streaming Raindrops. They had got it on. They had both songs were on Spotify and on. They made a little video for Raindrops. And I've been streaming that Raindrops video along with some other June's Diary video because I was still trying to keep them in the loop. And so when they posted last Thursday, and I went and heard the live stream. Ooh, and the live stream is so much better. You could tell which girl is singing which parts, and you could tell at the beginning of Have You Ever, they start off with instruments. You hear like a string guitar sound come in, and then there's a little bass drum sound that comes in, and then I think Crystal comes in with her verse singing, and then the other girls sing the background vocals, and then after that it's time for I think it's time for either Ashley to come in with her verse, and then Brianna comes in with her verse, and then Cheyenne comes in with her verse, and then you kind of hear the transition where the drum or the bass sound kind of goes to a lower sound, and then the string guitar kind of comes in a little bit more, and then both of the instrumentations come in at the same time. And then you could tell when it's back for Crystal to sing her part, Brianna comes in with a little background vocals, and then it's like it transitions from Brianna's part to Crystal's part, from Crystal's part to uh to uh to uh to Brianna's part, and then the other girls are singing the background vocals, and they all kind of come in on the background vocals, and then the song just kind of fades out with I think it's either Crystal singing, Crystal and Brianna with their transition singing, and then the song just fades on out with the music. That's Have You Ever. Way Off starts in with the big bass sound, with the big bass, with like the big bass, big band sound, kind of familiar with when they did Good Times, and then they all come in singing. But it's more like a mid tempo slow song, but it's still up tempo too, because they start off with Way Off talking about how she thought the guy was in love with her, but she realized that his attitude and stuff was way off, and if he didn't feel like fooling with her, messing with her, that's Gabby's part. He just need to leave her alone. And then, like I say, Gabby comes in with her low tone, and she sings her verse, and then Crystal comes in with her verse, and then Brianna comes in with her verse, and then they all come in with their same verse. And then Ashley comes in with her voice, and then she kind of does that long run, and then it kind of flats out, and then it kind of comes back in, and then you hear all of the instrumentation, and the girls just sound so good. Their melodies and their stuff together. It's just something different when a group or a band or a singer does something live, because the vocal range and the vocal ability of these five girls have always been on point. And you could, like I said a few minutes ago, you could tell who's singing which verse, and you can really actually tell who can sing and who cannot sing. And out of all of the girls in June's Diary from day one can sing. These girls can blow. And just like I said, when I did a previous interview when somebody was trying to compare the new up and coming girl group Flow with some of these K-pop Asian girl groups, and I was saying, now a lot of that you got some of them that can actually really sing, but some of them when they try to sing live, they sound different. It's just something about when you sing live, you can tell when a person is really singing or when a person has help like auto tunes or a backing track when they sing. But if they sing live without any backing tracks or very few backing tracks, you could tell if that person is a singer or a singer. And most of June's Diary are a singer, just like I said about the other people I mentioned a few minutes ago. So I was just so happy to hear something from June's Diary and stuff. The live version, they say it's on all streaming platforms, and they also said that to watch out for the updates. They have more to come, and you know, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, we miss you," and I said it too on the Instagram. But then it was two of their fans saying, "Well, wait a minute, we thought something happened. We thought y'all were not, we thought y'all were not a group anymore." And they said, "No, we're still a group. We can still got stuff going on. Just watch out for the updates." So whenever they put out something on their Instagram, like I said, I go to my Instagram every other day, just to check for other artists, because I do like I say, I like Flow now. I always like the Normani. So it's other artists that I follow, and they stuff come up on my Instagram just as well as June's Diary. But hopefully they'll put out something within the next week or so or whatever. But I think the reason why nobody knew that they had put out the live session, because it was like the week before Beyonce came out, and it was like she had been trending and popping for the last 2 weeks. I think the only other person who put out something like right after Beyonce and that was popular was Lizzo with her album. When her special album came out, it could kind of put Beyonce in the background for maybe a day or two, but then she came back and stuff. But like I said, I'm glad that June's Diary, back to the subject, I'm glad that June's Diary did give the fans something, let the fans know what was going on. So I'll be looking for the updates and stuff like that. Like I said, I was still riding with them anyway before they did the update, but I'm glad they did the update. This is A. Wesley. That ain't even tested like a TI is. I am out.